The attempted murder of Urfan Sharif, that horrible, disgusting bacon, who is serving a life with a minimum term of 40 years for the murder and torture of his own 10-year-old daughter. Now, you will probably all have heard about these two inmates who have been charged with the attempted murder, but I am going to go over some facts and details about the case and who these individuals actually are. But, as you can see, fitting the Bacon Bashers t-shirts. And you're probably wondering, why has he got his shades on? But I do have an infection in my eye, conjunctivitis, also known as pink eye. And I've had to put my studio light on because the lighting in this room isn't very good. So the lighting is actually hurting my eyes, so I've decided to put my shades on because you'll think I've been in one of the weed shops over here because that's what my eyes actually look like. So, getting into this as well. But before I do go any further, a staggering 70% of my viewers are still not subscribed to my channel. So please do go down, double check to see if you're subscribed. And if you're not, hit the button. It's free of charge, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. So, Urfan Sharif is one of them, an absolute bacon, who was residing inside of HMP Belmarsh, and just 4 weeks after he was sentenced, he come across these other two inmates, and one of them is Stephen Sansom, and the other is Adam Watson. There's nothing online, I can't find anything about who Adam Watson is, but Stephen Sansom is a bacon himself, and I'll go over it in a minute. But I will tell you, the attack, these two inmates have went into the pad of Urfan Sharif because of what he was in for, and they've used a jagged lid of a tuna can to hack away at Urfan Sharif. But this is what's quite confusing about this. This happened on the 1st of January last year, 2025. So why has it took nearly a year and a half for these two to be charged? And like I've just said, they've been charged with attempted murder. But what is strange about this case, they're not really saying much details about his injuries other than he was attacked with the jagged lid of a tuna can, and he didn't end up in an outside hospital to get stitched up. He got dealt with inside the prison by the healthcare staff, and it says Sharif suffered non-life-threatening cuts to his face and neck and received treatment inside the Category A facility. So, if it was non-life-threatening cuts and he received treatment inside the prison, anytime a prisoner gets attacked ferociously, or shall we say a bacon, when they get the proper treatment, a Mars bar, which is prison slang for a scar, a stripe down the face, they have to go to an outside hospital to get stitched up. He's obviously not received any stitches because that would have to be done in a hospital with anaesthetic, it wouldn't have been put to sleep unless it was life-threatening, and they had to put him in a coma, but none of that has happened. So, how can that be attempted murder after it's took nearly, 18 months for the CPS to charge them? How can them two be charged with attempted murder when it says non-life-threatening cuts? It just doesn't make sense, and it's an absolute fucking waste of time, resources, and yes, the taxpayers' money on that absolute vermin. Because anyone who doesn't know, I'll go over it now, Urfan Sharif was convicted of the murder of his 10-year-old daughter, Sarah Sharif. Beautiful little girl she was. And that little mite was tortured by her father, stepmother, and uncle who allowed it. He received life with a minimum of 40 years. His disgusting wife, Benash Batul, was sentenced to life with a minimum of 33 years. And Faisal Malik, the uncle, was sentenced to 16 years for causing or allowing the death of the little one. He was in the room when this was happening. I've done a story on this when he was sentenced because he's an absolute bacon. Then I've done another story when the bacon got bashed. And when I went into it, I'll not go into the full details now about what they actually done to poor little Sarah, but in the autopsy, it revealed she suffered extensive injuries, including 11 spinal fractures, traumatic brain injuries, human bite marks, and severe iron burns. And these wrong'uns were doing that to this little one for in a couple of years. They were even keeping her off school. The school should have known. This should never have happened. This little one was let down again by the services. Yes, they then went on to get their justice from the courts. But as we know on this channel, the justice from the courts isn't enough. Prison justice prevailed, and in cases like this, I'm not going to incite violence because I can't, but in cases like this, people might say it's just desserts, and they deserved it. And he got his just desserts. He's absolutely petrified, shitting himself inside of prison. He got that treatment on New Year's Day, a welcoming into the New Year gift. But like I say, they have been charged with attempted murder for non-life-threatening injuries. It's going to get dropped to a Section 18 when it goes to court, but it'll not make any difference. Like I say, I can't find anything on Adam Watson, but Stephen Sansom is an absolute wrong'un himself. He is already a double murderer. I'll just talk a little bit about right where we are because I have got loads of different info in front of us. So Stephen Sansom is a convicted double murderer serving a whole life prison sentence who has recently been charged with the attempted murder of that bacon. So in 1998, he first went to prison after being convicted of murdering a taxi driver when he was 19 years old. He served nearly 20 years before being released on life license. Then in 2024, while on parole, him and his girlfriend, Gemma Watts, carried out the bloodthirsty and premeditated killing of 38-year-old Sarah Mayhew in South London. Now, I did look into that as well, and that was a sadistic and a bacon offence. Obviously, I can't say certain words on here. S-A-S-E-X, assault. They carried out, him and his girlfriend had planned this to get their friend, who she thought they were their friends. They got her round to the flat, lured her to the flat, carried out this sadistic and sex fantasies that they had, and they absolutely tortured this poor lass and then dismembered her. Took her arms and limbs off, took the head off, discarded her 8 miles away. The torso was found in a river. Absolute wrong'uns. So, as you can imagine, he was sentenced to life without parole, but he was on the wrong'un wing because he's a bacon himself. Just because he hasn't done anything to a minor, you're classed as a bacon if, well, he's committed an sex offence. He's an absolute bacon himself, never to be released. But these wrong'uns sometimes make a right by taking out other wrong-uns inside a prison, because the majority of murders that I cover on here inside the high security estate, like Watkins, like Huntley, killed off other Bacons. So the Bacons are trying to make it right. They're not trying to make it right, but in the public eye, they could look as though that they've done a bit of justice, but they're never to be released themselves. So let the Bacon take out the Bacon. A Bacon fest. Let the trash take out the trash. So after that attack, Urfan Sharif was moved up to HMP Franklin, and where was he put? On A Wing. Because the high profile Bacons, the ones that are on the #1 list, because I've done a list about all these Bacons, who is next on the list, and the majority of them are on A Wing inside of Franklin. A Wing is the high profile Bacon wing, where Huntley was, but he was taken out. Levi Belfield, Wayne Cousins, the Morgue Monster, all of these absolute high-profile Bacons are all kept on this wing because they are the ones that are at risk of being attacked next. Next, please. But that's where he is, and he's still shitting himself. And he was on there when Huntley was taken out. So you can imagine the fear in all of these Bacons is long-lived, and it will go on until they dare they leave that prison, and they will not be leaving, shall we say, as free men, or free Bacon, shall we say, because they're not even classed as men for the crimes that they have committed. More tuna can lids, please. But yes, I just thought I would bring you that and let you know exactly what is going on with these absolute wrong-uns. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, people. What do you think about this? With it being 80 months and now they've just charged them with attempted murder. Is there more to this? And it's not going to come out until the trial, which is normally the case, which is what I do believe. I believe he's had life-threatening injuries. He's got to if they've charged him with attempted murder. Attempted murder is a hard case to prove. They normally just do a Section 18, which is grievous bodily harm with the intent. But I will keep you updated and let you know what is going on. But I do have loads of videos stocked up, people, but I am on my travels at the moment. And I'm getting these videos done as and when I can. Because like I say, I've got a few to get through. And I have got some more info on that Bacon Varley. Jamie Varley, the absolute Bacon, who was inside of HMP Wakefield. I have got some info on him, so I will get that to you as soon as possible. So stay tuned, people. Hit the notification bell, like I say, so you don't miss another video. I'm going to leave that one there for now. Hopefully you are enjoying the content. And if you are, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. But most importantly, stay safe.